latest as far as Paytm is concerned. Looks like there's no respite in sight for Paytm except for the fact that the stock, Paytm stock, after tanking and tanking and tanking, finally seems to have found its bottom. But we do understand the fact that Vijay Shekhar Sharma, the founder of Paytm and 197 Communications, did meet RBI officials. However, status quo remains. Nothing has changed as far as that RBI directive on Paytm Payments Bank is concerned. Of course, all the rumors of a possible takeover by Reliance by the Reliance Group of Paytm have been quashed, both by Reliance and Paytm. Meanwhile, we understand the fact that competing services like PhonePe and the Bheem app have seen an increase in downloads of anywhere between 20 to 50%, even as other competitors like MobiKwik are trying to cash in on the downfall of Paytm. Kartik, these are extremely trying times for Vijay Shekhar Sharma and Paytm and India's fintech space as a whole. If you see that, you had the directive on Paytm from RBI. Quickly, you saw the crackdown of RBI on Bajaj Finance and a couple of loan products that they're doing as well. And the culprit here again seems to be flouting of those all-important KYC norms or the Know Your Customer norms. How do you, wager what is happening with Paytm 48 hours down the line?
Krishna, I think, to be honest, yes, RBI has been very, very concerned with non-compliance of KYC. Paytm is not the only story. We've seen multiple other KYC-related issues being flagged by RBI, and RBI has fined penalties on companies which have not adhered to its KYC rules. I think 48 hours, more than that actually, almost 4 days, 5 days into this whole Paytm mess. It started on the 31st of Jan. Right. So it's been almost a week or so now. I think as I see it right now, it is continued bad news for Paytm. Yep. Paytm is losing customers, is losing the trust of customers, and both users of Paytm services like you and me, as well as merchants who are subscribed to the Paytm QR codes and sound boxes. Right. There is migration happening on both ends. At one end, the Paytm Payments Bank, which is not going to be in a position to receive any additional credit after the 29th of February, is now seeing a directive actually from Paytm to its sales force, telling the sales force to go out in the market and get these merchants to migrate outside of their payments bank onto competing services. Which are these competing services? Yet we don't know, but there are rumors that we could look at Yes Bank perhaps as one of the competing account which could be linked back to merchants who use the Paytm service. Then there's going to be this entire rewiring of the sound boxes, where a credit transaction happening in another bank account, not a Paytm payment bank account, should also transmit the voice message real time that the money has been credited. So all of this is definitely a hassle for Paytm. It's a hassle for customers who have money locked into those wallets. They are still not sure whether they'll be able to use that money post 29th of February. The company has assured it. Paytm app has this big flyer as soon as you launch the app. It says that your services will be, you will continue to enjoy those services glitch free even after the 29th of February. But is the wallet even going to exist post 29th of Feb? We don't know. I mean, you will have balance, you can use that balance up, but what happens once it dries out? So overall, I think the existential crisis that Paytm is facing right now is that will it be a fintech player which offers any other value addition over and above what any other UPI-enabled fintech app does? Yeah. And that is the big question which Paytm will have to answer for itself, for its shareholders, and if it wants to retain both users as well as merchants.
Right, and you did see this Paytm stock being up about 5% in early trade. Are you seeing, how do you view that? Is it a matter of, institutional buying that's propping up the stock, or is it like hitting a particular bottom and sort of rebounding from there on?
I think it's difficult to say, and I'd rather not speculate, Krishna, but we've seen 3 rounds of the stock hitting lower circuit. 20% day 1, 20% day 2. The circuit was revised 10% day 3. I think some buyers out there, institutional or retail, domestic or international, we don't know, may be believing that there is the bottom which has now been found, and it might be a good time because it's a large company at the other end of the day. It has a large user base, and it's not just going to drown and never come back. Right. So I think there's a little bit of hope that if not organically, there is going to be some sort of an inorganic pickup of the Paytm stock and the Paytm business, and hence it should perhaps rise again.